What's good? What's good? What's good? What is good? This is RawTruth Media outside on this wonderful day, wonderful Thursday. Y'all know what y'all here for, the news. So Dennis Smith Jr. has signed a one-year deal with the Charlotte Hornets. In my opinion, this was very smart by the Hornets. This was their best move in the offseason so far. And this is the sad part, that signing Dennis Smith Jr. was the Charlotte Hornets' best move out of all. But what it does for the Charlotte Hornets is it helps with flexibility in the guard position. Reports have it that Dennis Smith Jr. played really well in practices. Not the practice, but working out for the position. He impressed the coaches. He impressed Steve Clifford. He impressed Mitch Kupchak. And they saw his defensive ability. I want to say shout out to Hoop Jargon Media Network. Make sure to like and subscribe to this video. Make sure to subscribe to Hoop Jargon as well. I like the Dennis Smith Jr. signing because I think he's hungry. I think playing at his home state in North Carolina will have him play harder. And when I looked at the news reports that said that Dennis Smith Jr. looked very well on defense, I was happy. This is what the Hornets need. They need defensive players. Shout out to my brother Jaheim Nesbitt. Blessings to you, my brother, as well. They don't need a bunch of guards want to be the man. This is Lamelo's team. And I don't care what other Shine has to say. This is everybody else's team. This is Lamelo's team. So Dennis Smith Jr. is a perfect complement. He's going to do his job. Most likely come off the bench and be a lockdown defender. Plus, he's extremely athletic. Another fit with this team. Can you imagine Dennis Smith Jr. on a fast break? Right, like Hoop Jargon said, defined roles. This is what this team needs. And if you haven't, please share this video throughout all social media platforms. Yeah, Hoop Jargon, we talk about this all the time. This is what we want to see. I still want the Hornets to make more moves, especially at the 5 position. Plumlee's not going to cut it, and they have too many young bigs. A rap guy says Dennis Smith Jr. should mold his game after Marcus Smart, even though I'm not a fan of Marcus. I agree. That's a good, hey, playing like Marcus Smart will get you in the league for a long time. You'll get a contract playing like him. What do y'all think about this signing? I like the signing. 1-year deal, so it doesn't hurt. And when I seen Sharania pointed out that the Hornets signed Dennis Smith Jr., I couldn't believe it. Because so far, the Hornets haven't made any moves. The Hornets have been standing pat. And looking at the comment section, it seems like everybody likes this move. Yes, I am holding my camera phone. Sorry about the little wiggle. Right, Hoop Jargon, it's smart to be like smart. Shoot, playing like Marcus Smart will get you a bag. I wish I would have seen a player say, I don't want to play like Marcus Smart. You won't. Again, that's the problem with today's basketball. Everybody wants to be the superstar. But if you ain't got the ability to be a superstar, you got to have a defined role. That's the problem with the Hornets. Terry Rozier, yeah, he could score. But he's got to give that team more than just scoring. And when Terry Rozier is not scoring, there's bad body language. There's the head down and that disgruntled look and not want to play defense. That's the problem with the Hornets. You don't get your way, I don't want to do anything else. That's their problem. Rap guy said everyone in the NBA want to be the star. He said everyone in the NBA do want to be a star. I don't agree with you on that. I said that, Rap God. I said the problem in the NBA is everybody wants to be a star instead of playing to their role. I talk about this all the time. Who Jargon has talked about it, Coach Joe has talked about it, many more. In other news, Lamelo Ball is officially ranked in the top 100. He's at number 41. And you know what's funny about this whole thing? Now people are saying, oh, the top 100 doesn't mean anything because certain young guys are ranked too high. But I think that's a solid ranking for Lamelo Ball. I think I know the Hornets are going to be crappy this year, knowing that they have not acquired a significant talent. But I tell you one thing, Lamelo Ball is going to get his. He is going to get his. And as he should, man. He shouldn't worry on anyone. He shouldn't try to be passive. This is not the year to be passive. Lamelo has to score around the high 20s for the Hornets to even move anywhere in a playoff spot. If they do that, because it's going to be tough. Who Jargon says self-awareness is key. So true, my brother. Rap Guy said ESPN had Marcus Smart, Scotty Barnes, and Cade ahead of Zion. And yeah, that's a trippy list, man. Be on the lookout for the Pistons, man. The Pistons are going to be very improved, I think. Yeah, Hoop. LaMelo gonna do his thing, man. When I watch LaMelo play, I don't worry about him. He's 21 years old. He just turned 21. He's going to get better, and once he gets that muscle, man, it's gonna be over. When LaMelo gets that defined muscle, where he could tap the basket at sheer will, man, it's a wrap. We got 20 plus people in the chat. Make sure it's 20 likes. And make sure to share this video if you haven't. So, prediction, guys. How many points do you think LaMelo's going to have next year? This coming year. Right, Rap God. He says LaMelo just needs refined muscle, and when he gets that, it's over. It's over, man. Refined muscle with LaMelo, he gets to do whatever he wants in the basket, man. And people can't just use their strength. Deacon Davis Farm said 24 points. Who Jargon being spicy? Who Jargon got 22 points? If LaMelo averages 22 points, that means somebody's ball hogging. That means someone's trying to take his shots. Who Jargon also said maybe 25. The only way LaMelo doesn't get 25 points, I think, is like if this coach has everyone just being the main scorer. And that's not good coaching right there. You got to play your role. I don't need a bunch of LaMelo Ball scoring. There's only one LaMelo. Play your role. And that's one thing that gives me a headache about this team, man. It's really just it's a bunch of me, and not we. You see it with this team all the time. Will that change? Will some of these veterans grow up for once? Also, you got to put in the factor of Gordon Hayward. Will Gordon Hayward be an adult and understand that he's in the quote-unquote upper room and he's not at the same level anymore? These are questions that they got to ask themselves. Will they finally come to the realization that this is not their team, this is LaMelo's team, and they go as far as he goes? They got to look in the mirror, man. Let me see. Rap Guy says Clifford will put the ball in LaMelo's hands, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I've been wrong before. We got 25 people in the chat. Let's get it to 25 likes, family. Raw Truth Media, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Hoop Jargon says, I'm just questioning the direction. Let me see here. It's not let me show. I was questioning the direction of the team. Did his numbers may take a hit? Yeah. I see your point, Hoop Jargon. I see why you had 22 at first. I believe Hoop Jargon put 22 mainly due to not trusting the Hornets and how they run as an organization. I don't fault Hoop Jargon for that. My conscience tells me 25 points per game. But reality also says probably 23, just knowing how the Hornets do things. King C says 25, 9, and 6. I like that. Yeah, that's a good scoring stat line. Daniel Sims says he can score 27 a game, but if the team don't win, the 27 doesn't mean anything. Good point. Sure, I want LaMelo to win. You know, I went on Twitter the other day, and I saw someone say, well, fans of LaMelo don't care about wins. They just care about LaMelo getting stats. That's not true. I think most of us in this comment section, in the stream, wants LaMelo to win, but we're realistic. The Hornets roster sucks. So why would I make up false hope? And whenever Hoop Jargon goes live, why would he make up false hope when we know that this roster is not a winning roster? Like, it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Oh, y'all just want LaMelo. Y'all just talk about LaMelo. Y'all don't care about, well, LaMelo's the best player on the team. And LaMelo's the one attracting fans. And LaMelo's the one who is the face of the franchise. So, of course. And if the Hornets, and I already let y'all know, I'm a Laker fan. I'm rooting on the Hornets mainly because of LaMelo's on this team. Let that be straight right there. So I'm not going to get a headache if the Hornets don't want to play the right type of basketball and build around LaMelo. That's on them. Shout out to my brother A. Payne the Savage. What's good, my brother? He says, at this point, there's absolutely no reason for LaMelo to resign after this year. The move the front office have been making from the beginning are a head scratch. Yeah. And if LaMelo leaves, or if LaMelo doesn't sign that extension, you can't fault LaMelo. I'm telling y'all right now, I don't think people understand LaMelo. LaMelo hates losing. I don't know him personally, but he looks like someone that absolutely hates losing. Hoop Jargon says, being realistic gets seen as hating these days. Yeah, you ain't lying. I'ma always be realistic. I ain't putting out no false hope. A Payne Savage says, plus the Hornets media never bought into LaMelo and embraced him. They haven't. Look at the media that y'all. They put the Martin twin on a media package on the Hornets Twitter website. That should tell you enough, man. And I don't care if he's a local guy. You don't do that. That's like the Lakers putting a bench player over LeBron and AD on media. Hoop Jargon, Hoop Jargon has met the family. He said, nah, he hates losing. I know firsthand. He has met the family. He can attest to it. Boy, them ball bros hate losing, man. With a passion. And y'all think he gonna sign that contract just to continue to lose? Hell no. Rap guy said LaMelo can't leave the Hornets will match anything since there's ways to it. I know what you're saying. You know, they have to match it, but I've seen players get out of that. It's not easy, but it's definitely possible. Deacon Farr says, I remember you saying last year that roles needed to be defined. If Clifford defines roles, then LaMelo can average 24 and the team can be a fringe playoff team. That's my hope. If the Hornets have defined roles, this is a successful. Y'all want to know what can be a successful season for the Hornets? Just like what Deacon Farm said, if Steve Clifford can find a way to give all the rest of the players defined roles, like he pointed out, LaMelo averages 24, 25 and up points per game, and they're a fringe playoff team, that's a win because that roster is shit. That's a win. If the Hornets make the playoffs with that trash roster, you got to give Clifford coach of the year for that. Shoot, you got to give some. You got to give Lamelo some awards if Lamelo and Steve Clifford pull that off. You got to give them some off-season awards. You have to, man. Man, basketball season is almost here. People ask me, when you going to talk about basketball? No, for those who know me, I'm not going to just make content to make content on basketball. There got to be some news. There got to be something to talk about. So the basketball season is approaching. If you have any ideas of what you want me to talk about, just DM me on Twitter, and I'll make some content for you. Because you know how I do, man. I don't sugarcoat a damn thing. Rap Guy says if the Hornets make the playoffs, LaMelo deserves full credit. He would have LeBron or Hercules for his squad. LaMelo got to go on another level for this squad to make the playoffs, man. He got to go on a level. That's why I said he needs to average 25 points a game. The Hornets, I'm letting y'all know right now, the Hornets are not making the playoffs if LaMelo doesn't average a good amount of points. They're going to need everything. The Eastern Conference is so much improved, man. I don't think people understand that. The Eastern Conference is no joke this year. I mean, it's going to be a grudge match, man. And only the strong can survive. Well, I'm about to roll out, man. Shout out to Dennis Smith Jr. for being signed again. I hope he does well as long as he plays his game, plays defense, because the Hornets need it in the worst way. And Lamelo Ball being ranked 41, I'm not surprised. Hopefully, in the end of the season, he's ranked higher than that. Y'all have a blessed day, man. Peace and blessings. RawTruth Media, I'm out.